Oh, hey guys. Hey, right? Yeah, so anyways, this video is for all of you who have been patiently waiting with bated breath on the edge of your seat to find out what's been going on with my trailer. The progress, right? Oh, dude, it's so gruelingly slow. But progress is progress nonetheless, right? So I'll do a recap of some of the progress. It's getting close to being done though, which is good for me. Generally, all I have left to do is the carpet, and I just realized that today. I've been doing all the little stuff, and oh man. I keep thinking of that kind of cheesy song by Bush that came out in the 90s. It's the little things that kill, tearing at my brain again, right? It's the little things that are just like, oh my God, I have to do this. Oh my God. And so, I decided with this trailer that I want to try to do everything. So even the most menial, boring shit, like, for example, cords. Like cords for the lights and cords for the TV and cords for the stove, cords for whatever, the sound system. I want to do all of that shit right instead of just like have it all piled up and pushed into a corner and hidden, right? Which is, So I have been doing all this meticulous stuff, and because I just want to try to do everything right, instead of like hiding shit into a corner. So like big bundles of spaghetti cord all fucking tangled up and pushed behind the refrigerator, and then I want my cords all organized and stuff. I want to do everything this time. And there's a benefit to that, because if I just do it right instead of like push shit behind the refrigerator and hide it or whatever, everything functions better and more smoothly. For example, like with the cord, using the cords as an example. If I just have them all bundled up in spaghetti and then just shove them behind the refrigerator and push the refrigerator, that's fine, because then it's like, okay, I don't have to deal with it no more. But the problem is for example, if something, say my Blu-ray player takes a shit on me. Okay, well then I have to go back and in this big chaotic, chaos sphere of spaghetti cords that are jammed behind my refrigerator, and pull that big spaghetti ball out and start like sifting through it to find where's the cord to the fucking Blu-ray, because I need to unplug it and throw the Blu-ray player away and go buy another one or whatever it is, I don't want to have to deal with the fucking aftermath, having to deal with shit later, because I was too impatient to deal with it at the time. And so then it'll come back and bite me in the ass later. And so with this trailer, I'm not cutting corners. I'm really like any kind of shit like that. And that stuff is a pain in the ass. It's tedious, time consuming. Last night I was literally on the fucking floor underneath my dresser, laying on the floor, pulling the cords out and reorganizing them, because that's what I did. Because I'm in a hurry. Like, this has been time. Like, this trailer project, I've been racing against the clock, because as they say in Game of Thrones, winter is coming. Well, in the desert, They don't say winter is coming. They say summer is coming. So this is like the inversion of the whatever that one tribe in Game of Thrones that say winter is coming. The desert is like the inversion of that, where we say the summer is coming in the desert. So I was like racing against the clock, because when the summer gets here, you're fucked, dude. In like the last week and a half, every single fucking day there's been a weather warning where it's like the red letters and the exclamation marks warning people to stay indoors. Do not go out. It's that fucking hot. And that's what I've been racing against the clock, because I got to get this shit done before the peak of the summer. It's been like 118 degrees for like a week straight. You know, it's been cooling down the last few days, and supposedly it's gonna be down to like, it's gonna average like 108 degrees for 2 weeks, I think, and then it's gonna skyrocket up into over 120 degrees. So I have been racing against the clock to get this fucker done, because I have to be outside with the skill saw, cutting shit, measuring shit. I'm going outside to cut shit, then coming back in to measure shit, then going back out, and I'm like ripping up wood, and then I have to stain wood, sand wood, and I can't do it in here because I'm moving all my shit in here while I'm doing all, like, this project has been insane. Because I had to move all my shit out of my trailer. Like, this whole thing has been just time. Everything has been about racing against the clock. So I got to get all my shit out of that. And the reason I got to move fast with my trailer is because my other trailer has termites. And so my other trailer is parked next to my new trailer that I want to move into. And so I got to get out of that trailer as soon as fucking possible, get all my shit out, and get that fucking trailer away from my new one before the termites start moving into this trailer. So not only am I racing against the clock with that summer heat, I'm also racing against the clock with the fucking termites. I got to get that old trailer. I mean, it's like parked like 5 feet from my new trailer, and it's got termites. I mean, the termites are bad enough where I don't want termites in this fucker, dude. So I'm moving all my shit out as fast as I can, because I got to get that trailer out of here. So I'm moving all my shit out, and I'm cutting all the wood for this. I'm ripping the walls out, the bathroom walls and the closet walls out. I'm measuring and cutting while I'm ripping this shit out. At the same time, I'm moving shit out of my trailer so I can get that trailer out of here as soon as possible. And every day it's getting hotter and hotter. And I already procrastinated too long. I waited because I was exhausted, because I just got off of a 6-week job where I was working 7 days a week for 6 weeks. Fucking hard ass slave labor. So when I got back, I had to just take 2 weeks and just to rest, like to recuperate, right? And the whole time I'm mentally stressed, because I'm like, dude, it's getting hot. It's already getting hot. This fucking thing has termites. They're fucking, dude, I gotta move on this shit. So as soon as I could, I started saying, by the time I get going, it's already almost too hot to be outside. And so then, I'm working in the morning, cutting, ripping the walls out, measuring, cutting wood, going and buying wood, bringing it back, moving my shit out of the trailer. And then because like a lot of my stuff, like my dresser is wood, any wood furniture, if you live in a place that has termites, you can't see the termites. Usually you can't see them. They're in the walls and shit. Every once in a while, one would come out and be crawling around, so they fly too. Fucking termites have wings. I'd be like, there's this fucking bug flying around. I'm like, what the fuck, man? And that's when I found out I had fucking termites, because I was looking at it like, what is this fucking thing? It looks like a flying ant. Like a queen ant. Anyway, So this whole thing has been madness, pure madness. And like I said, so any and all my furniture that's wood, I had to take it out and let it sit out in the desert heat for like 3 days, which was a benefit to, the heat. It's fucking 106 degrees outside. When I first started, it's already hot. And so I'm taking my fucking furniture and letting it sit out in that 106, 108 degrees sun all fucking day for 3 days straight. So all my wood furniture sat out there while I kept ripping walls and cutting wood and measuring wood and cutting wood and, and moving whatever I could. Like my refrigerator isn't wood, obviously, of course, so I can move a lot of shit in. So I was moving anything in here that I could. And I was also fucking I would spend a lot of time sitting in this empty trailer looking at, what am I going to do? Where am I going to put all my shit? And that was another thing. I probably lost 2 square feet, which is a lot. I mean, 2 square feet. I think I'm not good with numbers, but so this trailer, my last trailer is like 15 feet long. This trailer is 13 feet long. My last trailer was like 10 feet wide. This trailer's 8 feet wide. So I lost a good amount of space. And so I had to sit in here too and try to figure out, what am I going to do? What am I even doing? So this whole thing was chaos. All right, anyway. But I'm getting closer, okay? So I'm still waiting for my fucking high velocity ventilation fan that's going to go there. And that's not going to get here until July 9th because I refuse to pay fucking Prime. I refuse to pay for Prime, dude. Whatever. So because I refuse to pay for Prime, an item that would already be here by now isn't. But I don't like, I don't like getting fucked with Prime because they like to fuck with you. So I finally decided against continuing to pay what is it, $16 a month or something? Like, I don't buy enough shit on Amazon to be paying $16 a month, dude. I can't afford that. What the fuck? But as a result, now I gotta, instead of getting my shit in like 4 days or 7 days, now it's gonna take a month to get here. Fuckers. Right? Alright, anyway. So, alright. I'm gonna meticulously go through everything that I've done. Alright. We'll start with the living room. This is the entertainment center and the kitchen. So I built this, right? Built and installed that, and designed this whole idea. Putting the refrigerator there, putting that fucking cutting board, large cutting board on top there, so I have like more counter space. And then putting this shelf in here. I designed and cut and sanded and stained and installed all of that. And then this shelf going all the way across here, I designed that idea and cut and sanded and stained and installed all the wood for that. And then this shelf as well. So this goes from here, this shelf goes all the way across to there. Okay. And then this piece was already the same size, and so I just painted it and then put it on that ledge because it fit right there. I don't think it went there originally, but it fit there perfectly. So I put that smaller shelf underneath, and it's mostly for my DVDs. I still got to organize my DVDs, but this will all be full of DVDs all the way across, like bam, a big wall of DVDs. And then, of course, I have to have my shrine. I don't know what my deal is. I collect all this shit. And so, since I'm collecting all this shit, I might as well try to do something with it. So, these are some pretty nice pieces, though. And anyway, so like this, this whole idea I fucking designed and put together. And for some reason, it measured out perfectly just like this. And so this thing I had, all I had to do was just cut the legs off. These had legs that came out to here. I just cut the legs off, and that fit perfectly right there. And then the rest of this, so it all fits like almost exactly perfect. And then, you know, I had this copper, this piece of copper piping. And so I just put that there so I could hang my pots and pans. And what else did I... Well, then my air conditioner fucking broke, so I had to fucking throw the other one away and bought this new one and installed that. And but so this is kind of like the end result of this area. You know, the shelf going all the way across. And this is my kitchen. And then this is like the living room. I call it the living space. And, you know, there's a 4x4, and then this is like an antique fucking boot box. This is old Hood. The brand is Hood, and so I sanded that. I didn't stain it because I don't want to ruin it, but that goes great on top of the dresser because I have all of this extra space in the back, and so the dresser comes to about here. The dresser comes to about here, and then there's this big open space. And so I just decided, fuck it, I'm putting that big boot box right there. So I did that. I sanded it so it doesn't, so it looks nice, so it don't look totally shitty. And then you know, and then what I did last night is, this is the lid from a cigar box. I just put some, you can see the screw right here. I just put screwed that in and then put my Blu-ray player inside there instead of sitting on the top. I pretty much want this top to be clear. So I just screwed the lid to this cigar box, and so then it sits right above my sound system thing. That thing works like a fucking great too. That sound thing, man, it fucking works amazing. And then I just put my little library here. I just decided my books are going to go there. This is this cabinet. I really don't know what to do with it. I like it. I like it a lot, you know. And I got it cheap. That's why I bought it, because it was cheap for what it is, you know. And so, but you know, it doesn't really do a good job of displaying shit. So I don't really know. I think I'll probably just leave it like that. It's got the coyote skull. It's got some weirdo shit in there, you know, crystals and what have you, you know, shit. Not really much in that bottom one, and I just threw my tarot book on the top there. Anyway, so we'll move over to the. So we got that little shrine. This is kind of like the Old West, my Old West theme. Old-timey shit. And then this is my, this is kind of like my heritage theme and kind of spiritual thing. And so, of course, the feature of all of this is Odin. Odin, because I have Viking blood. I'm mostly Viking in heritage, you know. Like an abnormal amount of Viking blood in me, which, whatever, it doesn't really mean much to me, but I like the, you know, anyway, so that's Odin. He's the centerpiece for this corner. These are some Furpas, you know, whatever, just whatever. You know, this isn't, this is just for me. I just do it for visual aesthetic. I like it, you know, that's my, dragon glass fucking dagger made out of, you know, deer antler and black, or not black onyx, what is that called? What is that black shit called? Obsidian. And then you got lapis behind there. This is some weird old looking gnome that my buddy gave me. This is a very nice fucking piece right here. I love it. It kind of has a serpent kind of shape to it, a serpent's head. Some of this stuff, the camera doesn't do it justice. This is a really nice piece here too. This is a singing bowl, believe it or not. Look at how small this singing was. Isn't that fucking cool? And for the price, I was like, oh shit. I start collecting stupid shit, man. It's a bad habit. And there's my Viking battle axe, you know. So anyways, yeah, this is just some kind of weirdo. This is crazy. Look at this. That's carved out of deer antler. And look at how that's a pretty detailed carving. I mean, it's even got fangs. Let me see if I can get the camera to pick up the fangs. One of the fangs fucking broke because it fell. But the other one, I can't. Anyways, whatever. So this is just kind of what's going on here. All right, so I did this stripping. I have to finish it. You can see it's not attached to the wall. I got to get I'm going to use some screws and fucking straighten it out and screw it in. So I still got some, but I kind of got the general gist done. So the cord goes up into there and then comes across here and then comes down. All right, and it goes all the way to the floor. And I'm going to paint this the color of the wall. And then here's the switch for it. So this is the, for this light. So it's kind of janky, but I don't care, This was totally insane. Like, this is my bathroom. I mean, you guys don't even know how much fucking shit I did for this. So this is an old military Foot Locker. Okay? And this is my semi-compostable toilet. Okay? So let's take this out. All right. Now I still have a little, so I still see, I have to put like a piece of plywood right there. So that, but other than that, this is done. So this is attached to the wall. So I had to cut the back out of this Foot Locker in order to fit these milk crates inside there to where the door would shut. So I had to cut like 80% of the back out of that. And then there's only a strip of the back left to hold it together. And of course the bottom right here and the top, right? And but it was a big pain in the ass, and I had to cut and put some piece of 1x2 right here, and then some 1x2 in the back here. You can see it right there. So I had to cut and measure and screw all that on so that I can attach this to this piece of wall that was kind of left there. Is okay, but it was a big pain in my ass, dude. Like, these things that people don't even realize, a lot of the stuff that I did, people don't even know. Okay, you wouldn't know by looking at it. And then this is my compostable toilet. It's semi-compostable. I just took elements and ideas of the compost toilet concept. And then this is my toilet lid. So when I gotta use the shitter, this comes down and sits on top of there. And then there's my toilet seat, and it's it's Gossett art. It's some skateboarder, I don't know, but it's pretty intense little Frankenstein looking, shit there. But anyway, yeah, so this, see what I did is I cut a piece of milk crate and cut this part out of it, and then use screws and washers to attach this piece of the milk crate to the toilet seat. That way, it's because you know how milk crates are stackable, so then this stacks on top of here and fits perfectly. then I just, so this is my throne. This is my dope throne. Yep. And then when I'm done, this goes back on top here because it's an art piece. See, it's multifunctional. It's a toilet seat, but it's also a piece of art. Okay, and then this, like I said, I got to put the platform right there so that this can slide easy inside because it kind of gets stuck. So that's just more shit I got to do. But yeah, this goes inside there like that. And then I had to put this little shelf here, just kind of monkey or jerry rig it in, you know, whatever. And then I could, you know, extra storage space. I could put my cleaning supplies and stuff in. And then the door shuts, right? Then I've got my hand sanitizer readily available. But like in the storage here, see, I have this big one. This is hand sanitizer, and so then I can just, you know, use these small ones as refillable when they empty. I just grab the big one and fill it back up, and then that goes back over here. So when I'm done doing the bathroom deal, yeah, and wash your hands. You know, always wash your hands, right? And then this is my pisser. This windshield, this is my pisser, my piss bottle. And it just goes, hold on, let's see. All right, so I just kind of lean that out. That fits perfectly in there. And then slide it in. Shut the door. So that's my bathroom. Okay. So like this piece of wood back here, this covers up. This is, I use that piece of wood instead of paneling. And it's like 3 feet tall by like 2.5 feet wide. So instead of using the thin paneling, I just put a big ass fucking chunk of wood behind there. And then, you know, I did a little windowsill here to try to add just like a little more aesthetic. So I just did a windowsill and painted it, but you can't see most of it, okay? And then, so then this piece of furniture here, it was a cube. So it had 4 holes, you know, and two drawers, but 4 things. So I had to cut this one out so that I could fit my cabinet in and stuff. And so then when I cut it, it looked all shitty. So I had to, you know, cut and put these little thin strips right here and right here. You can see the screws right there. There's another screw back there, and this, yeah. So I had to cut these and paint them, and then screw them in place. Just all this little shit, dude. And talk about little shit like these curtains, dude. These curtains were a pain in the ass, bro, because I got the good like insulation curtains in the back, and that keeps the heat from getting in through the window, and then the thin one I put over the top just to give it, you know, whatever. Then I had to put this fucking cabinet up, which was a pain in the ass. So, and like I said before, so this is a bench, and that's one leg of the bench, and the bench, it's made out of nice wood, is a nice bench, and it goes all the way across, and behind my glass water bottle is the other leg, so it goes from there to there, and it's over the wheel well. So there's the wheel well. So this bench goes over the wheel well so that I can have as like a table, so that you know. And this is 1/2 of the bench. The other half of the bench is on this side, over this wheel well. So I cut the bench, you know, measured it and cut it so that it would place where I want it, you know, right here. And so I did that. I made legs for this coffee table. This is an old suitcase that I repurposed into a coffee table. Okay, so now let me show you some little life hacks. So this is an idea I realized as I was messing around in here, because I need to stop eating on the couch because that's my bed. I need a dining room table. Well, where am I going to put a dining room table in here, right? So this is the idea I came up with. This drawer comes out, and see this piece of wood? This is why I have this here. This is my table. It goes on the top right there. Now I have a table. Okay, there's my table. Then I just pull up my chair right here. Okay, there's my table, my chair, you know, and then here we'll say this is my food. There you go. Now I have a table to eat my food, you know, eat my food and, you know, whatever. So there, in the morning, I'll eat my breakfast and shit. Okay, then when I'm done, I clean my shit, put it back where it goes, finish consuming my beverages, whatever, and then this just simply goes back to where it was. This goes in here, right? That goes back in there, and then the table goes back in here. There it is. Table's gone. All right. So, okay. So the cabinet, I'm just going over everything, you guys. So then there's the 4x4 that I put in to reinforce, you know, the structure of this corner that I destroyed by ripping out the bathroom walls and closet walls. And like I showed before, I did this. This is a 1x2. This is a 1x4. And this is a 2x2. Okay. And then it goes all the way over here. And then it goes all the way down. I restained that again so it looks a little better. And that goes down there. And then like I showed you, there's my mirror that's on hinges, so that if I need to dress nice for some reason, I have a standing mirror that I can, you know, do this and that. And then I've got my foot locker right here that my guitar is sitting on top of. So in order to get to the foot locker, I gotta hook that, move my guitar out of the way temporarily. Hello, Mr. Moth. I don't think that moth is alive. Oh yeah, it's barely alive. Anyways, yeah, so there's my foot locker. All my work shit is in there. And my boots and my machine guns and everything. So then when I'm done grabbing what I have to, that pillow goes back. You know, I'm just putting the guitar here because it seems to be happy right there, and it's not really in my way generally. So then I'll just unhook that, and there, put the door back, put the pillows back. So I put up that drawer, I hung this fucking lamp there, which was a pain in the ass, of course. And then this is my shelf. I decided I'm putting all my best Blu-rays and DVDs up here. All the best ones. That way I have easier access to them. So this shelf, these fuckers, I installed all this shit. These things, the shelf, cut, sanded, stained, installed. Cut, sanded, and painted and installed. The fucking ledge right here. Cut, sanded, stained, painted. The fucking, this wall here that goes all the way across. And then all of this structure goes down behind the wall to the floor, all the way to the ceiling. Did all that shit. And then these fucking curtains. So I put this fucking windowsill in that you can't even hardly see now, and I painted it, you know, a nice pretty blue color. It's a sexy blue. This way, if a girl ever comes over, she might be like, wow, I really like your place. I'd be like, oh, really? You want to hang out for a little while? Whatever, you know. But anyways, so yeah, as you can see, I got to do a little touch-up painting here and there. But yeah, so this is all finished. I did all this, fucking finished all this shit. Okay, so there's that. Put the fucking curtains up here and got my stuff all placed where I want it. You know, like I said, this is the other half of that bench that I cut. And then I also fucking had to go in here and cut that small piece of 1x3 that goes next to this bench on the backside. I finally cut that and put that in. And then I organized all my fucking cords, dude. I have so many cords. I finally organized them all, and they're all plugged in and ready to go. So now I have like these little battery banks. I got rechargeable battery banks, rechargeable flashlights, you know, phones that need charged. I got an audio recorder. Here's an audio recorder. Here's another battery bank. And some of them take the C, you know, thing, and some of them take the micro. And so I've got like 3 or 4 micro chargers, cords, all plugged in, ready to go, and 3 the C size cords also, and they're all my cords for charging are right here, and they're all ready to go, and I got all my shit charged up. And you know, dude, I'm going for it, man. I'm making sure that everything in this fucking trailer functions. I'm not leaving any stone unturned here, man. Because these cords, they just sat around for years, bro. So I'll show you. I fucking look at all this. This is all my electrical. This is my hold on just a second. Okay. This is just all my electrical stuff. So like I got light bulbs, all my light bulbs, all my batteries. I got a bunch of batteries. I got walkie-talkies. This is a digital maps. You know, I got radios. I got 2 radios. I got like 4 walkie-talkies. I got flashlights in here. I got, you know, I had a bunch of these, and so that's what I'm saying. I used them all. I put them all, attached them to the cords, and have them all my cords now plugged in and ready to charge my shit. All my rechargeable flashlights, rechargeable this, all this shit that I have rechargeable. But anyway, so this is, and I still have all this electrical shit. Like, I still got to organize some of this, but I did a ton of organizing of my cords. I got all my fucking cords all organized. So anyway, and then, you know, like I said, the fucking curtain bullshit, right? And so we're almost done. So one of the final things I did, I'll show you, is I did the drawers, and they're mostly done. No, actually, well, they're done. Okay, so the drawers are down here. Okay, so I had to cut this blanket so the drawers can come in and out easily. You know, so I cut it, and then, so here's the drawer. Okay, I'll show you how big these fucking drawers are. Okay, so, see, that's how long that drawer is. And you see how fucking packed it is. That is a lot of shit, dude. And these are mostly like, kind of bug out stuff. You know, a couple backpacks, you know, different kind of like military style storage bags like this one. That one's got some of my knives in it. Anyways, yeah, so this one's kind of like mostly for kind of bug out shit. And so that's that drawer. And you see, I put sliders I put sliders. You can't see them because this drawer is heavy now because it's full of shit. But I put sliders on each corner. One on that corner, one on that corner, and on the back corners, so that it moves easy. Okay. And I use the doors, the bathroom door and closet door. I repurposed that wood to build these drawers. So here's the other one. I'm not going to pull it all the way out, but it's the same size. It's the same size. And this one is more just miscellaneous. It's kind of like my desk drawer too. The front part is my desk drawer, so I have notepads, paper, a couple light bulbs, handy extension cord, rubber bands. Here's some sliders that are still left over. But yeah, I put sliders underneath this one, and it's the same size as that last drawer I just showed you. They're 3 feet long, and they're almost 16 inches wide. So I got a lot of extra storage space out of these drawers. I'll show you. Okay. So I got a lot more storage space by building those drawers and putting them in. So there's the drawers, and you know I like to keep them covered though, you know, like this. So you can't see them or whatever. But anyway, so that's pretty much everything. That's the pretty much the whole trailer. It's pretty much what it's gonna look like, with the exception of the floor. So I have to put the carpet in, which is the next thing. And like I said, I'm waiting for that high velocity ventilator fan that's going to go there. I'm going to install that. And then I have, the only other thing is I have like a little kitchen piece that's like on wheels. It's a 4-tier thing on wheels. And the top is a counter like this. Only it's real small. It's for small spaces, like a tiny home size 4-tier kitchen like thing on wheels. And so I can store like shit like this, you know, any kind of like this kind of stuff. I can store it in the 4-tier rack. So it's like bottom tier. It's got 3 tiers on the bottom, and then the top tier is like a cutting board countertop. And so that's going to go right here near the refrigerator. And I finally got my I ordered this high velocity fan, a 10-inch drum, a high velocity fan. That motherfucker is bad fucking ass, dude. And it's great at circulating. It keeps it so much cooler with that fan. So anyways, that's what's going on. You know, I didn't show you. There's other things, of course, I didn't show you, like this. This is just more storage space for the bathroom. You know, I got toilet paper, garbage bags, you know, cleaning supplies, all that there. And then this is repurposed from the Foot Locker, the Army military Foot Locker. This is, I just cut it and put the little cast iron handle there. And then this is the kind of a chamber pot thing. More cleaning supplies. But other than that, that's pretty much it. I have a couple other more items that I'm going to get, but you're not going to see them because they're going to go back there. They're basically collapsible laundry baskets. And the collapsible ones, I can shape them to fit back here. I'm going to put one there, and I'm going to put one back there. This one's going to be for garbage, and this one's going to be for laundry. But outside of that, that's everything. So I'm pretty much done. I'm pretty much done with this trailer project. I may end up painting these. I would like to, but that's just more work. So that'll be something I'll do later on down the road, is paint these the same gray as this, you know. It's going to be gray, and then that'll be gray. And then, oh, of course, then I'm going to fix this too. And so this, like I said, I'm just going to put a new piece of paneling over the top and then get some like man cave kind of aluminum sign. Here, I'll show you the one I'm going to get. Let me see. Well, no. You'll see it. I'll show it to you later. But yeah, so on that, I'm just going to cut a piece of... Here, I'll turn the camera on. I'm going to cut a piece of paneling, and it's going to go over that right there. And I'm probably going to paint it gray or something. And then I'm going to put the tin sign over it and call it a day on that. This is an experiment I was working on with the ceiling vent. But it didn't come out right, so I'm going to be taking that out and doing a smaller one. It sticks out like 2 inches or something. Yeah, it didn't work. That did not work out for me, so I'm going to redo that. But so that's it. So I'm going to, do that, do the fucking carpet. But everything else is pretty much done. The bulk of this is done. I just have the carpet and that, and that's it. So this is for all you guys who have been waiting patiently with bated breath to get the update on what's going on with the progress of my trailer. And this is only an hour-long video, so if you play it at half speed, it's 30 minutes. So that'll do it. See you, boys.